Hello students. So recently you must have had the session why do bad things happen to good people. So generally one of the frequently asked question is that does that mean that because in the session it was explained in detail about the law of karma and how it is the past reactions that takes their required time to fructify and then come in the form of happiness or suffering. So does that justify the crimes happening to someone when the very prominent crime happened in West Bengal, the Arjikar case of a doctor raped and murdered, or the Delhi gang rape back in 2009 or so, or in criminal crimes in so many other ways. Does that justify the crime? And the answer is no, it doesn't justify the crime. So see, the principle of law of karma, it has a wrong application and a right application. When it is insensitively used, let's say I slap my friend and then tell that it's your destiny to suffer. Therefore, don't criticize me, don't condemn me. After all, who am I? I'm nothing. It was your karma to get. No. When we inflict suffering on others, we are ruining our karma. And if someone is trying to disturb our check our rights, then to stay silent is also an act of inaction, naskarmi, to not do anything. In the verse, karmanyevadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana ma phal karma heturvu mate sangostu karmani Mate Sanghostu Akkarmani. Generally, people recite the first half of the sloka. That work is, we do your best and forget the rest. But they don't know the second half of the sloka. Most people, they don't know. So, second half of the sloka says, you may not have the right to the results of your action, but at the same time, you should not become inactive. You should be completely dedicated to the performance of your duty and never become attached to not doing your work. So your work, if you do not take your stand against wrong, then you are not doing your work. Arjuna did not want to do his work, and therefore Krishna made him do his work. You have to fight. Suffering, distress, victory, loss, that is a secondary thing. This is your duty, this is your dharma, you have to fight. So the law of karma, when we use it insensitively to hurt someone who is already in a miserable situation, we are actually bringing bad karma for ourselves. The second thing is that when it's a very common sense, when someone has failed in the exam, we don't go and tell him that you deserved it because you did not study properly. So my dear friends, truth, how you present can create effect, a positive or a negative. Bhagavad Gita not just speak about the law of karma, how to handle misery, how to see the misery as past reaction, but it also says the art of speech. We have to balance both the thing. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. It means that a person should perform tapasya by speaking words which are pleasing to hear, which are non-agitating, truthful and beneficial for the listener. Just imagine. This is considered a tapasya in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So if someone is reading the law of karma and justifying a crime, and then first of all he becomes himself a durachari. He himself becomes a miscreant. On the other hand, if someone is using the law of karma to speak harsh words, he is also breaking the principle of austerity of speech, the tapasya of the speech. He is also becoming durachari by his words. Whether a person does crime and become durachari, or whether a person speaks harsh words to hurt someone, using right philosophy, he is also durachari. So he will also has to face his own reaction. So keep in mind that one has to apply the principle of law of karma for personal improvement and not for interpersonal agitation. Thank you very much.